everyone, welcome to Xiaohei Classroom. In this section, we will introduce the configuration and operation of H312 as a ModbusRTU master station. As the ModbusRTU master station, H312 needs to configure the communication parameters in the hardware configuration first. After entering the hardware configuration, double-click H312 on the rack and find PPI ports in the Properties window. Then here we can see that its port is 0. This port number needs to be filled in on the Modbus master program instruction. Then the following is the choice of communication protocol. Just choose ModbusRTU master for the ModbusRTU master. Then here like baud rate, check and stop bits can be selected as needed. And then the data bits are 8 data bits by default. Then here are the settings for receiving the timeout time. Click OK when done. Then we need to call the library command of the Modbus master station in the program. After adding the library, it will appear below this library. After I add it, a CTSI_master library will appear, which contains a MB_master instruction, which has been dragged into the program. Let's go to its definition and look at what the pins mean. Execute will perform a data read and write operation every time the edge signal is obtained. Then here is its port number, which is the port number 0 we just saw in the hardware configuration. Then this is the address from the station. Then see the table on the right for the meaning of the function code. Which regional parameters we need to access are operated through the function code. Then the address is the offset of the data area to be accessed. If the offset is, we will subtract 1 by default. For example, writing 1 means starting the access from the 0th offset address. Then the data length, the first address pointer where the data is stored in the master station. And then the output here is some completion bits and bigint meanings. Let's take a look at the programming of the program. There are multiple Modbus read and write instruction blocks called here. To execute normally, you need to pull to trigger these instruction blocks. The current program uses the SM0.5 trigger counter, and then uses the different values of the counter as the trigger condition for different instructions. You can also use a timer or the completion bit of the instruction as the trigger condition. The local port is 0, as seen in the hardware configuration. Then set the slave address to be the same as the slave address actually connected. And then the function code 03 is the read and hold register area. Setting the address offset 1 means starting at the address offset 0, which is the starting address of 4001. Then the number is 5, that is, to read 5 consecutive words starting from station 40, 1 and put them in the address starting from VBO of the main station. Then the following is the function code 16, which writes the data just read into 5 consecutive words starting from 4005. Then here is the operation of the coil. Reading to consecutive coils starting from 0001 into the queue, BO of the master station. Then go down further, take the coil we read, and then write it to him with function code 15 into the 2 consecutive bits starting with 0003. Let's use the debugging assistant as a slave to communicate with H312. Let's download this project and check their communication status. You can see that the program is already polling and triggering. Then open the debugging assistant and set it to keep the register area first to take a look. The address is 1, which is consistent with the settings in the program. Connect here and select the serial-free port. Select the COM port, and then set the baud rate, data bits, and check some hardware configuration the same. Then click OK. Let's take a look at the data interaction of the leadered follower station. You can see that the data interaction is successful. And then, we're going to look at discrete coil data interaction. In this way, we realize the communication operation of H312 as the ModbusRTU master station. That's all. Thanks for watching.